Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lorraine. I'm back again with another video of selfish therapy. Guys, if this is your first time, welcome. Alright, please show your support by subscribing to my channel, turning on your post notification bell so that you are notified whenever I post new content. Also, if you like my videos, leave me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and let me know, guys, any topics that you guys would like me to talk about on my future videos. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Those of you who have already subscribed, I really appreciate you guys so much. So thank you. And don't forget to share, guys. Share this video. All right, so without further ado, guys, I'm going to jump right into the video. All right, guys, so with this video, I wanted to talk about some of the things that we may feel guilty at times whenever we try to stick to our boundaries. Now, before I start that, I wanted to say that it's already difficult for many to set boundaries for the people that we do care about. And as a result of that, sometimes we feel like we get taken advantage of. And whether that's in relationship, friendships, with our family, whatever the case may be, you find that people will, if you have no boundaries, then basically people will just sometimes walk over you, for lack of a better term. All right. So today I wanted to say, when you're when you have a big heart and you're a kind-hearted person, you feel guilty, when you set those boundaries and you find it a little bit difficult to stick to them. But we must first know that setting healthy boundaries are very important in any relationship. And like I said before, whether that's with your family, with your romantic relationships, whatever it may be. But I do believe that setting healthy boundaries are super important for any relationship or any two people to get along. It's already difficult for us to find the courage to set healthy boundaries for the people that we love or people that we encounter on a daily basis or just in general. But the other part to that is setting those boundaries and sticking to them, keeping them, making sure that they are respected by those people. So with that being said, there are times that, as a result of trying to sticking to those boundaries, we tend to feel guilty. So I wanted to touch base on some things that we should never feel guilty about doing. All right, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. The first one I wanted to get into is saying no. You'd be surprised how many people find it very difficult to say no. Guys, it is your right to do so, especially if you feel like somebody's taking advantage of you or feeling entitled to you doing and being there and just saying yes to them all the time. Do not feel guilty for saying no. Okay, it's not healthy for you to be in a situation and you are fearful of saying no. That's not normal. That's not a healthy situation. You should be able to say no without feeling guilty or without any repercussions to saying no. The next thing is, guys, don't ever feel guilty for making a decision based on your life choices. Don't feel guilty for choosing something that is more beneficial to you than someone else, or that is more promising to your life. You are the person that know what you want, what makes you happy, what your goals are, what your dreams are. And by choosing somebody else or following somebody else's dream or making those choices that's more beneficial to somebody else and less to you, eventually going to resent either that person or just be on a path that you're just super unhappy, and you don't want that. You want to make sure that you choose you and make choices that are more beneficial to you and your life's journey. Okay, next, guys, is never feel guilty for walking away from something or someone that does not serve you anymore. Don't feel guilty. Guys, if there is something right now, you have to take into consideration your peace of mind, your emotional health, your mental health. And if there is something or someone in your life that is disrupting that, or leading you into darkness, or just upsetting your entire spirit, guys, do not feel guilty for walking away. Okay? It's up to you if you want to give an explanation. Don't feel guilty. It is your right to take care of yourself. Okay? Because sometimes let me tell you something, if you are not careful, a person with toxic behavior can literally pull you down. And if you are in a situation where you are trying to elevate yourself, you're trying to grow mentally and spiritually, but you constantly allow somebody else with toxic behavior, toxic mindset, toxic, just even the way how they speak can eventually pull you down or just have you stagnant. So never feel guilty for walking away from anyone or anything that no longer serves you or disrupts your energy. All right? And trigger those negative emotions. Never feel guilty for that. Another thing is never feel guilty for being successful. A lot of people make others feel bad for working hard and getting to where they got to, right? And now it's almost like, oh, you've changed. No, never feel guilty for growing and being successful. You worked hard for it. There's a reason why you worked hard to get there. All right? And you cannot, if I haven't learned anything else, I've learned this. It's impossible for you to make everybody happy at the same time. It's impossible. Okay? No matter what you do in life, somebody is going to be upset. Somebody's going to get into their feelings. Somebody's going to have something negative to say. So at the end of the day, don't try to please other people. Okay? Do what's best for you. Make choices that's best for you, and everybody else will fall into place. Okay? And when you get there, once you set your goals and you achieve them, you should not feel guilty for doing that. Only you know how hard you've worked. Only you know what it means to you to achieve those things. So never feel guilty. Don't let other people make you feel guilty for being successful. Whatever success means to you, it's not always just money. Success could mean you just achieving the life that you want. Success could mean that you're successful at having the family that you've always wanted, or you've gotten the career that you've always wanted. Whatever it is that you choose to do, and you're just happy, that you have achieved it. And sometimes you've got to where you are, and people just want to talk. They weren't brave enough to go after what they want. So now they try to deflect, and they try to make you feel bad for doing what you did. All right? Because they didn't have the guts that you have. So never feel guilty for that. Another thing is, guys, never feel guilty for being happy. Sound very simple, right? I see this thing going on somewhere on social media where they're saying, if you see me happy, leave me alone. Or I don't know what the rest of it says, but that is so powerful, right? Because we all go through seasons. We all go through good times, bad times, ups and downs. Sometimes just because everybody doesn't see what you're going through doesn't necessarily mean that you went through anything. We try our very best to put our best foot forward, to go out with a smile, but deep down, what you're fighting, what you're feeling is so much more, right? And just because you don't say that to everybody doesn't mean that you didn't go through it. So when you get to a happy place, don't let anybody take that from you. Don't let anybody take it from you. Embrace it, okay? Feel the moment. Go through it. Because, again, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And when you go through your happy moment, you should never feel guilty for embracing it and wallowing in that happy time. Feel it. It's yours for a reason. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty for that. And don't apologize for being happy either. Another thing is, don't feel guilty for not wanting to tell your side of the story or explaining yourself to anybody. You don't have to. That's a choice. That's something that if you feel like, okay, this is something that you should do, if this is, it's important to whoever should get the explanation, go ahead and do that. But I'm talking about, everybody's in everybody's business nowadays, and they feel like, they're so entitled to you giving them an explanation for the choices that you make. And just so you know, if you don't feel like it, you're entitled to that. You don't necessarily have to explain yourself to anybody. And while there's so many other things that we feel guilty about at times, last but not least for this video is that never feel guilty about stating how you feel or expressing your feelings or giving your opinion respectfully. All of these things are, just based on your personal situation, because I know I'm not saying just to go ahead and give unsolicited advice. Sometimes, yes, that is necessary, but you have to know how to balance that. But I'm just saying, if you do and you need to speak out, that's your right to say that. Freedom of speech is here, and never feel guilty about speaking on your opinion and expressing your feelings. All right. So guys, I went ahead and I gave you some of the things from my perspective of, that you should never feel guilty about. I'm definitely going to be doing a follow-up video for this one. However, that's just like some of the things that may be considered petty, however, but is necessary. All right. And I stick by them. I'm just saying. It's definitely necessary. So I'm just going to touch on a few. So a little bit more of a fun video, but, for a lot of people, it helps. Anyway, guys, so with this video, I hope that you like it. Make sure that you leave me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Let me know what your perspective on the topic is. I would love to hear that. All right, so thank you so much for watching. And with that said, I'm going to love you and leave you and see you next time.